Well, greetings and welcome to another episode of the Planetary Persuader. I am KozMcKev, your host, and this is for the week beginning Friday, the 23rd of October, extending it to the 30th of October. This is what's happening. All right. Let's talk about the moon first of all. Where is that moon? Okay, so we have a moon today in the lunar mansion known as Shravana, or Shravana. And Shravana is ruled by the moon. And it's all within the constellation of Capricorn. And Shravana's ruling deity, I think it's Saraswati. I know there's an association with it, but that's not it. But Shravana means to listen. And one of its symbols is the ear. Another one I've heard is an arrow pierced through the ear. Now, Shravana has opposite energies. One is Saturn, which is very long-term, stable, deals with laws, limits, traditions, and then the moon, which is highly unstable but wants to nurture you and wants to give you some kind of motherly happiness within all of this. So somehow you mix these two energies together, and that's what this moon is like. It's a good moon for poetry. It's a good moon for listening to a concert. Anything oratory goes good. Tradition, history, all of this in Shravana. So, in the Western zodiac, we just say we've got a moon in Aquarius today. And it's been there since 5:17 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. All right. So, and beyond that, as far as other planets go, well, we've got ourselves, Sun is in Scorpio now. So Sun went into Scorpio yesterday at 4 p.m. in the tropical zodiac. And so what can we say about Scorpio? Well, it's got the highest highs and the lowest lows of the zodiac. And it rules the reproductive organs. And it can be highly intuitive and spiritual, and its key phrase is I create. So there's also a lot of creative energy around Scorpio. And since most Scorpios are sidereal Libras anyway, this is no surprise. And then we've got Mercury doing its retrograde thing since Tuesday the 13th, and it is in Scorpio. Venus is in Virgo. Mars is... I'll say something about Venus this week, yeah. Because Venus is actually going to go into sidereal Virgo by the end of this week, and that's going to be debilitated Virgo. Well, we'll talk more about that next week. We've got Mars in still retrograde in Aries, Jupiter in Capricorn, and Saturn in Capricorn, Uranus in Taurus, Neptune in Pisces, also retrograde. Pluto's direct in Capricorn, and I guess North Node in Gemini, South Node in Sagittarius, as far as the Western zodiac goes. But in the sidereal zodiac, they are Taurus and Scorpio. Okay. So sign by sign, we are going to do this right now. And starting with you, Aries. Must have timing here. Okay, so greetings, Aries. Welcome to your horoscope. Mars in the first house, but retrograde. So it's impulse, and maybe as an Aries you feel a little bit at war with yourself. I had a friend who was Aries that suffered from borderline personality disorder, and man, she could just flip switches from friendly and kind to like, no, I'm not, no, this is terrible, you think this and that, like assumptions and complete craziness. And was also a brilliant writer too. Really had some very good qualities, and But it was hard to get into those qualities. Now the sun's in Scorpio. And the moon over in Aquarius. So this is what I'm thinking. There's a lot of things. Sun and Mercury are together. So Sun and Mercury are combust. We need to have our consciousness being aligned with our soul and our soul purpose. So consciousness aligned with soul purpose. But right now, for this other Mars-ruled sign, for you Aries, other people have the power. And you're still like nice and innocent and everything. And Scorpio's a lot more complicated. Because no matter how you slice it, sidereal zodiac, Western zodiac, they always have two planets ruling them. Yeah. And Aquarius is the only other one that always has two planets ruling them. I mean, yeah, Pisces and Western, but you know, most of those Western Pisces are Aquariuses anyhow. So what are you gonna do? So I mean, Pluto gives Scorpio this other edge. It's like this little tuning fork or something of intuition. And because Scorpio is a fixed sign, it's not gonna react as quick as an Aries will. And it senses what you're up to. The Scorpio senses what you're up to. And the 8th house is inheritance, it's sex, it's death, it's other people's property. And so all these things, you know, play a role right now. It's also like the house of unjust rewards. So it might be a little bit of a difficult time, and you know, and everyone's got their undergarments in a knot because of their U.S. election of the U.S. of A. Yeah. Or for those of you who feel like it's had the A beaten out of it, America. Oh boy. Anyhow, there's a lot of activity in the workplace, your career. You can still move ahead. You don't have to worry. You're going to be okay. That's all I'm going to say. Then we're going to just move it on over to Taurus. Well. Greetings, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. Yeah. So, life at this point is relatively unpredictable. And that's because of Uranus. Uranus is always throwing surprises. So, you know, we've got Uranus right now at approximately 8 degrees, 9 degrees, something like that, 9 degrees. So, I mean, if you're born, say, the 29th of May, Uranus is breathing right down your sun, your soul, and it's like, ooh, I got to do something, you know. I've got to move forward. Or, you know, if you're anywhere near, you know, within 4 days before or after that, you know, Uranus is doing its thing, albeit retrograde. Now, Sun and Mercury are in your 7th house. So, like, you're making peace, you're making relationships, there's career opportunities for you. You're in a better place for negotiation right now. And the other thing is your creative energy is really high with Venus and Virgo. You know, you're the one who's getting the most out of Venus and Virgo. Even though Venus and Virgo is considered debilitated, you're going to do okay with it. We don't have to worry about you. Everything's going to be fine. Okay? So... you know, take care of your children, take care of your kids as far as the weekend goes. It looks like you'll be in the public, you know, the public eye. You'll be making public appearances. People will acknowledge you. They'll either like you or they'll threaten you. And I think the most dangerous people are the people that are convinced absolutely they know something. They are very dangerous. And because, you know, half the time they're wrong. Greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. You're never wrong, are you? That was just your evil twin who said that. I know. I've seen your act, okay? I got it. For Gemini, I mean, most of the energy right now is really concentrated on your relationships to other people. and going in the public. So like in your workplace, you know, it's like life is an illusion, grasshopper. You know, that's Neptune speaking in the 10th house. Your social life, let's do something, let's take some action, you know. Let's go destroy the business where they called the cops on George Floyd. You know, I mean, it's that kind of thing. It's like indirect, ineffective modes of aggression to punish someone that potentially didn't even do something wrong. You know, it was just they were there and a catalyst to let other people do wrong. And you know what? It's a lot easier to attack a small business than it is to attack a whole police department. Right? They got guns and stuff. So, I mean, this is how we are as humans. You know, when we pick battles, we often attack those who are weaker because there's less repercussions to us. And that's a sad truth. There's a lot of things out of your control. Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, all in the 8th house. You know, a lot of transformation in Gemini's life right now. There's a little bit of wealth in your life. You might be able to sell some fixed assets, a vehicle, a house, something like that. If you have one of those. And you have to work on health issues because this, you know, you're thinking right, but you can really get burnt out from overwork and other people at work, and yeah. That is all. We are moving along. Okay. Well, greetings, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. Yeah, it's really funny. I was like on one of those astrological websites, and here it was Libra time during this time, and they said anyone who gets, you know, pregnant now, you're gonna have a Gemini. And I'm thinking, wow, this person has 8-month pregnancies instead of 9 months. I mean, this is just genius, you know. I'm like, that's how brilliant we are, folks. That's what it's come to. And then I said, no, there'll probably be a Cancer. And then somebody's like, well, yeah. Oh my God, I never thought of that. You know, I'm like, well, we were weak in geography in this country, but now we're weak in math as well. I love it. So Cancer, I mean, the moon is what rules your life. So we're starting in Aquarius, that's transformation. So that's how the weekend's going to be. And I would say lay low, pay your bills, pay your debts. And actually, you know, by Monday, Sunday night, Monday, you'll be ready to travel again. You'll be ready, you know, Sunday, Monday to move around, go on an adventure, maybe attend a higher knowledge seminar, get your skills up. You're looking good in the workplace. I mean, even though Mars is retrograde, you're, you know, assuming some good leadership here. You have a fun-filled social life. It might be political stuff. It might be a drinking game. Every time Trump interrupts Biden, you take a shot. A lot of people have done that, and they've had to go to the hospital for liver damage. And it's horrible. You know, and you don't know who to blame, really. Is it Biden's fault or is it the Republicans' fault? I don't know. I really don't. I think the real fault is the American people for allowing those two parties to even exist after all the crap they've pulled the last 40 years. But, you know, that's just my opinion. It's not necessarily, opinions are not fact. Everyone's got them. And I would just say, live the good life, Cancer. All right. Greetings, Leo. Welcome to your horoscope. This is a romantic weekend for you. This is going to be a good time, you know. This is the weekend before the Halloween weekend, you know, so there's not quite as much pressure yet. And in some parts of the country and world, it's not quite as cold yet. So this is still nice weather time, good times. One thing it's like with Venus in your second house, you're finding a voice. If you were trying to improve your vocal skills or singing or sweetness, that could help. That could be there, part of this Venus in the second house. The other thing is it's really a lot about family and bringing family together. Scorpio rules your 4th house. That's mother, father, your heritage, your fixed assets, what it's like in your home. So maybe winterizing your home, fixing it up for the winter because you're going to be inside more. If you're in the northern hemisphere in a cold area, I mean, if you're south of 30 degrees north latitude, who cares? You know, it's balmy and wonderful as the cooler season comes. You know, and We have a lot of, there's health issues for Leo to deal with Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto in the 6th house. And that hasn't really changed. I wish it had, but it's still there. And it's like you're dealing with long-term health issues. Moon will go into Pisces. Let's see. When is that going to happen? I'll have to go back and look at this thing again. Yeah, it looks like it's going to happen on Sunday at 2:18 p.m. So Sunday afternoon, it gets a little more intense. So what I'd say is just enjoy the weekend, and then Sunday, maybe lay low Sunday, Monday, and by midweek you'll be back to your old tricks again. All right, greetings Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope. Now there's really nothing to fear here, except for fear itself, as Franklin Delano Roosevelt would have said. Venus, albeit debilitated, it's in your 1st house, so this makes you more approachable. This makes you more of a sweetheart. Sun and Mercury are in the 3rd house, so you have a lot to talk about. You're having fun working with your hands. That is the jam right now. And then the other cool thing is you've got Jupiter in the 5th house. So a lot of your creative ideas are really expanded. Because Saturn's there, Saturn can sustain a lot of these creative impulses for the long run. And Pluto's there. And Pluto's going to give you insights that could blow away and replace other insights and take you even further. And I'd say Sunday, Monday, early Tuesday are going to be romantic. Ooh la la, Virgo. Be at your loving best, and Mars in the 8th house, so there's a little bit of this intensity of just kind of like, oh man, what am I going to do with this? I got to work with this. Uranus in the 9th house, I mean, a little bit of travel to a sacred site could inspire you, really make you feel good. North Node is in your midheaven, so you've got this unusual way of working right now, and you're showing what you're made of, and that's pretty good. All right, well, greetings Libra, and welcome to your horoscope. Okay, so the pressure's off. You're no longer in the limelight. Scorpio took over for you, so now Scorpio rules your 2nd house. And what's the 2nd house about? 2nd house is the neck, the throat, the mouth, lower face, sometimes family, and other people's family, and your money, and your values, so your assets. And since Mercury's there with the Sun, I'd say assets are good right now. You're making money. You're doing it. And yeah, even with the pandemic / billionaire take all. You're still making it happen. And your home life, there's going through some changes. There's some good, and there's some magic, and there's some suffering. And it's all mixed together. And you need to take care of your health with Neptune there. Because sometimes Neptune in the 6th house can erode your health, and you want to be careful about that. Mars opposing your Sun. But you're a good negotiator, and I think things will improve. Venus, though, is in the 12th house, so it's, it's the good with the bad. In some ways, Venus in the 12th is like, 12th house can be a house of loss, so it's like, oh, it's like that reggae song, lost my love upon the Queen's highway, lost my love upon the Queen's highway, it's that kind of thing. But it's also like, well, pleasures of the bed, and you could be deeply in love in a secret relationship. Those secret, really, I mean, what's that band? There's a band that plays a song that's saying that, when a love affair is wrong, but then it's really like, do it like there's no tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's some of that action too could happen with this as well. I think you're happy. It's going to be a happy weekend for you. You're in your heart with the moon being in your 5th house. Pay attention to your children, your loved ones. And, just accept that this is a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag with mixed things. That's okay. I like mixed things. Greetings, Scorpio, and welcome to your birthday. Well, let me give some happy birthday shouts to Scorpio friends I know today. I know that Patrick Pape's having a birthday, turning 56. Happy birthday, Patrick. And Jalila, who's, nurse at Enloe, 31. Happy birthday, Jalila. And all you other, I think Curtis Peldo's having a birthday this week. Curtis is turning 52. To my best knowledge. I don't always know these things. And anyone else who's having a birthday this week, may it be the happiest birthday ever for you. So Scorpio. I mean, Mars in the 6th house is like working out, It's like chop wood, carry water. Walk up hills, ride bikes, do some pull-ups, do some push-ups, do some lunges, do some squats, do some leg lifts. I hear those 5 exercises are what, it's going to make you rock hard. It's all you need. And you've got a lot of knowledge right now, even though Mercury's retrograde. It's like you're deeply thinking about things. And since Mercury's there with your sun this week, it's like, I want to know my soul purpose. What is my soul purpose of this sign that says I create? And procreation and creative energy are very closely related to each other. You ever wonder why Joni Mitchell and Neil Young were such creative musical artists, or Aaron Copland, or Pablo Picasso being such an amazing artist? These are the things. There are things. And they're Scorpios. Okay. Well, greetings, Sagittarius, and welcome to your horoscope. Okay. So, for Sagittarius, it's kind of like this. This is the month to lay low. The next 4.5 weeks, don't. Learn to say no. Deal with what's on your plate already. Don't take on any new. This is the house of loss. I mean, if you go to an ashram or a monastery or some temple or spiritual site, sacred land, hang out in a wilderness somewhere, yeah, perfect, beautiful. That is the way to stay safe during this. But you don't want to be part of your own undoing, and it's easy to be part of your own undoing right now. As far as like weekend energy goes, I mean, it's cool. All looks good in the neighborhood. Hanging out with friends, neighbors, helping out. That would go well. And Mars in the 5th house, if you have kids involved in athlete, martial arts, anything physical, especially boys, but girls too. You want to be involved and engaged in that. Uranus in the 6th house, it's like, okay, I had a great weekend, and then I woke up with a hangover. That sudden, I probably shouldn't have done that. Or Alka-Seltzer commercials back in the 60s, 70s. I can't believe I ate the whole thing. It's that kind of deal. Relationship-wise, you're attracted to unusual people, or unusual people are attracted to you. And as you go to the workplace, you're showing some of your creative skills. So, I think for everybody this week, we're getting kind of this mixed bag horoscope. All right. There we go. Well, greetings, Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope. I mean, and if any sign has been the sign of 2020, it's been Capricorn. You've been causing all the problems. Or the challenges, and I mean, in some ways you hold the solution too. So, I mean, you're really familiar with laws, limits, how to appear normal, consistent. Also initiating things. It's kind of like, Capricorn's sort of like the nuts and bolts of the zodiac. It's the mechanic that invents the car, fixes it, makes it run right. Keeps things in order. Saturn slows everything down. Saturn brings limits. And then Pluto, Susan Capricorn's like, nope, you're not going to do that again. Not that way. We're going to do it this way. Wait a second, I've been used to it. Nope, ain't no use to it. And Jupiter's like, well, Yeah, that Pluto's got a point there. We're going to have to get with the program here and change, or otherwise it's sink or swim, you know, at this point. And I like swimming a lot better than I like sinking, so we're going to go with it. You know, we're going to welcome the change somehow. Wow, welcoming change. I mean, isn't that what people who beg on street corners do? They welcome change. It's a bad joke. And I hope you don't have to beg on a street corner. I saw one guy, lost my job. He had a sign that said, lost my job. This guy's been begging on the street for over 15 years in Chico. His name is Tim. Hi, Tim. Are you a Capricorn? I'm not sure. Probably not. He could be. I don't know. All right. Well, greetings, Aquarius, and welcome to your horoscope. Yeah. Yeah, you have a horoscope too. I know. Yeah. And this weekend, the moon is for you. Scorpio time is about your personal life. It's about your home life. It's about your heritage. It's about your relationship with your parents. It's about your relationship with fixed assets. And then opposing that, this week, is Uranus in the midheaven, right where you work. So if there's tension in the workplace for you this week, yeah, that's what it's all about, Aquarius. You know, it's Uranus is there. And then there's like all this karma from the Capricorn planets, Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn. And, you know, it's like, I'm losing my sense of restraint. Oh, I'm losing my faith. I'm losing my religion. Or, you know, I'm losing my ability to change things the way I want to change them. It's like something else is changing it for me. And I'm not sure if I'm happy with that. But, you know, with the sun in your midheaven, actually, you know, it's Uranus is in the 4th house. So it's more like the home life is getting disturbed, but the work life, you're holding it together. And the behind the sheets, yeah, you know. In the words of a famous former presidential candidate, John McCain, drill, baby, drill. Dang it. Did not expect that. She'll get that. Anyhow, we go to Pisces now. Greetings, Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope. God damn it. Got to turn this thing off. Okay, here we go. Did not expect anybody to call me, and I forgot to turn off the thing. Well, anyhow, greetings, Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope. We've got Neptune in the 1st house, and it's opposing Venus and Virgo. So, you know, is it real love or is it an illusion? You're asking yourself that this week. Mars in the 2nd house. We can easily get mad and say things we regret later on, you know. I have people that do things, you know, on so many different levels that it's just, it's crazy. And, oh God dang it. I would say now, the moon is going to be in Pisces on Sunday, a little bit after 2 in the afternoon. And since the Sun and Mercury are in Scorpio, you're going to be doing good in the 9th house. It's an adventure. It's a lucky sign, and it's a way for you to do better. Your social life is where the Capricorn planets are very packed, and this is good. So all in all, it's a good week. Thank you for tuning in. It's KozMcKev with the Planetary Persuader. Tune in again next week. We'll do this again.